Welcome to Built on Bitcoin.
What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Built on Bitcoin, where we're covering everything going on in the Stacks ecosystem. I'm your host, Jake, but you'll see me around as Jake Blockchain. And this is another This Week in Stacks episode, where we're covering everything that happened in the past week or so. And just to start it off, I'll start with the thing that I did, which is I interviewed the founder of the Civita Guild, Asteria, who is a 15-year-old phenom who's been coding for 4 years. And Stacks 2.0 launched in January, I believe, January 14th, I think it was. And so everyone's kind of learning together at the same pace. Clarity is very new. And he's been building a lot of things. They built the dashboard for Miami Coin. They have built an automated mining pool. Some of the things that he's touched, and a newer project he's working on called Halo, which will bring minting. It's like an API for minting that brings the transaction cost and how fast you can transact down to milliseconds is the idea. So, I don't know. Sounds pretty bold. Who knows if he'll pull it off. He has a good track record so far, though. So you can check that out if you type in Asteria built on Bitcoin. Asteria is spelled Asteria. It'll pop up. It's a worthwhile interview. I wish I started coding at 15 because, I'm 32 now, and I can only imagine what he's going to build in the next 15 years. That's just nutty. But yeah, check that interview out. Next on the list, Zan from Damon Technologies released a new blog post, and they updated their mining monitor. So their whole purpose as a company is to empower Stacks adoption in the Asian region, but they also provide a dashboard for how Stacks mining is going, how much BTC is being spent, and apparently it's been a useful tool up to this point, but it's mostly given broad aggregate numbers, which isn't super useful from the blog post on actually informing like your next bids as a miner. So he released a blog post detailing some of what they've been working on. If you want to get into the weeds about Stacks mining, highly recommend checking that out. I'll leave a link in the description below or in the show notes of the podcast. Next up, and this was a big one. We were all waiting for it. And this is officially kicking off this DeFi on Bitcoin renaissance that's now in full swing. And is going to be even crazier when AlexGo launches on the 21st. But AlexGo is live on Testnet. It happened on the 10th, I believe it was, 2 days ago. I got to play with it a little bit. The interface is snappy. It's clean. It's pretty minimal. There's not a whole lot on it. You can borrow wrapped BTC with AlexGo USDA is how it's currently shown, or you can deposit your wrapped Bitcoin and get yield. There's a button called Spot, which is for spot trading, which I have no idea what that actually means. And there's a button for margin, which I also don't know what it does. But yeah, those are in the app. So you can go into the testnet and touch those things. But yeah, Alex is live on testnet and coming next month. So that was a big one. Everyone was amped for it. This is the official start of DEXs and DeFi being built on Bitcoin. So yeah, we're all super excited for that. So that's the first few things. Now, to give a little update on NFTs in the past week or so and what's going on, I'm going to kick it over to Gary Rieger from Layer, and he has a little update for us. So what you got for us, Gary?
Hey, Jake, thanks for asking me to send you this update. Lots of things to review over the past few weeks. So much activity between the Decrypt article on NFTs, just the NFT market and Stacks is really starting to move, and I think a lot of people are starting to notice it too. So we're really excited about that. I've personally been talking to some unbelievable artists who know nothing about Stacks, know nothing about Bitcoin. They've heard of NFTs. They want to get in. So we see the community inside of Stacks and all the things that are coming out. But what we're going to see are all the people outside of Stacks that are going to come in as well. So we're excited about that. Working on the marketplace, I think that's sort of going to be really fun for us because I built the marketplace to be super user friendly. And so we'll be able to feature not only the artists that we're supporting, but we want to feature all Stacks artists and invite all of them to come on and participate. So we're going to have an entire section for Stacks artists to come in and create and collab on our platform. So maybe that was a little bit of a early sneak peek of what's coming.
Appreciate you, Gary. Always good hearing from him. Love what Layer's working on. Next up for this week in Stacks, there was 2 Stacker chats from Gina, one from BlockSurvey with Wilson. BlockSurvey is a end-to-end encrypted survey platform. So when you're dealing with sensitive data collection, it's important to have all parts of that encrypted so that no one can steal your stuff. And so they have an interview with him on what they're building. They go into some of their current revenue and users, who's using the service, who's it for, and their ultimate goal and what they're trying to build over time, which is not just surveys. So yeah, check that out. BlockSurvey, Stacker Chats, it'll pop up. There's another one, as usual, with the man himself, Muneeb. He talks about Bitcoin NFTs. So NFTs obviously are fully here. We all see it. And he bought some things. He describes what he bought. And he gives some of the history of NFTs on Bitcoin. I didn't know about this, but there was some early projects like something called Counterparty. So, you think it Stacks as like the OG, but we're building on the shoulders of giants, as they usually say. So that's a good one. And he also gives a little bit of a take on the Facebook outage and how DNSs work and how decentralization could have helped that. You should just be watching everything that the Hero channel puts out. You're messing up if you don't. There was also a blog post written by Mitchell on what's titled The Next Era of Scaling on Stacks. And he basically summarizes a lot of things that people have been talking about, whether it's Muneeb's blog post on frameworks for scalability on Stacks, or Jude's proposal of app chains, or Muneeb's on subnets, or some other options that I haven't even heard of. He kind of gives a brief overview in a page and a half of text, and if you want to just get like a directional view, like a lighthouse through the fog on what is coming down the pipeline and some of the potential solutions for the network congestion and scalability that we're all dealing with, his blog post is an excellent read. Again, The Next Era of Scaling on Stacks. Type that into your keyboard. It'll pop right up. 2 more things, and I'm done. I'm out. Moonray dropped a sneak peek video. They have been on their Discord, and they're posting videos on their YouTube about how some of their algorithms work. Because in the game, it looks beautiful, but almost everything is meant to be fluid and dynamic. So it's constantly changing. Things can interact in new and unique ways constantly. And so they go into kind of showing behind the scenes of how the game engine renders these things and what they look like. So yeah, the best way to search that is on YouTube. Just search Moonray algorithm sneak peek, and there'll be a video there. I don't think they're unlisted, but if they are, then you got to hit their Discord, which you should be in already. And there's a sneak peeks channel, which will have everything listed. And last update for the week, Coinbase Prime, which is Coinbase's institutional arm, accepted Stacks a little while ago, which was a big deal. You can get big money coming in to buy Stacks. But now they also allow stacking. So their institutional investors can now buy large sums of Stacks, and they can put those to use by securing the network and getting their yield in BTC, which we all love. I mean, they should have that already. Coinbase, can we just get a proper listing already? Like, what do we gotta do? You want the SEC to give you fair rules to play by, and you can follow them, and everyone will be happy. And we just want the same thing. Just tell us what you need, and we'll do it, and you can put the STX token on your beautiful little platform. All right, that's it for the week. It's October 12th, and yeah, nothing else. Love y'all. Gary, appreciate you. Might have someone else next week as a surprise. I kind of like these popping in things. So yeah, that's it. Love y'all. Peace.
Welcome to Built on Bitcoin.
I know that things don't always go your way, but I'll be right